Hi, so my name's Kathleen, and today I just thought I'd show you these amazing new quilling dies that have just come in from Cuttlebug. But when I saw these come in, I thought, wow, I've just got to give these a try. It's just so simple. What they are is they make these different sorts of flowers. So this one here is the daisy kit, and it shows you a sample of what it makes. This one's the chrysanthemum one, which is my favourite personally, and then this one here, the rose one, which I think is quite gorgeous. In the kits you get everything that you need to make the flowers. So there's the sample that comes at the top, so you know what you're making, and then it has these really easy instructions, so just 5 steps, super simple, and in it you get 4 different dies. So these cut the different petals and the leaves, and then the tendrils. So you get 4 different dies. You get wire stems if you're wanting to make actual flowers that perhaps would stand up in a vase, or that you can bend and shape. So wire stems. And then you get the quilling tool itself. So I'll show you how it works, and this is what I'm going to make here, just from the one kit. Today I'm using the easy kit. Simply because our long boards from Cuttlebug haven't come in yet. They're due in next week, and all I do is I just line up the dies face up on the board, and it would be exactly the same as if it was on a long Cuttlebug board. And then I've pre-cut some card. So let's see, I'll just put the green on the leaves, although your leaves don't have to be green, I guess. Orange, so I've just laid them straight on top. Pop the top layer on, just like Cuttlebug, and set it through. Okay, so don't need these anymore. Okay, so this is what it's cut out. So we've got the wider cuts, which is what's going to do these wider petals here. Got the leaves, which just pop out. And then we've got the smaller petals. Oops, got caught, there we go. And then finally these here, which make the little curly, these are strips, so they make these little curly bits here, those little tendrils and little stem-like things. So I'll pop these all aside. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make the little centres of our flower. And so to do that we use the strip, and this is the quilling tool. And I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's a little tiny, almost like a little gap. And what I do, it's quite hard to, is I've just threaded that, see if it goes all the way through like that, but I just want to thread it right close to the end, and you just start winding. Simple as that. And can you see there, it's just winding like that. Wind, 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 wind. With the ones that I made before, I did actually put a little dot of glue here and there as I wound along. I don't think you necessarily have to do that, but I figure it can't hurt to add a little bit of glue along the way. And I'm winding it quite tight, like I'm keeping the tension on there because I don't want any gaps. So that's the full bit there. And just to hold it, I've got a little bit of glue here. This is a Scotch Quick Dry Tacky Adhesive, which is my personal favourite adhesive, and just a little dot. You don't want too much or it's going to like squish out everywhere. But I like this glue because it dries really fast and it dries clear, so just like that. Next I'm going to leave that on there, and I'm going to use the shorter petal strip. So see how there's one that's wider and one that's shorter. This is going to give me this inner petal just in here. And the reason why I love this quilling set so much is because it's so fast. Like I was saying, is quilling really, I love the look, but it's not something that I would do just because it's so intricate and involved, whereas this kit makes it so fast and simple. So I just put a little bit of glue on there to hold it, and then again I just start winding. Now this time I think I will just put a couple of little dots as I go. Not much, just a little bit along here. That was probably a little bit much, but just a little bit to hold it. And then I'm winding it along. So you can see I'm kind of just supporting the paper with my fingers, and the actual turning is with the quilling tool. And again, a little bit at the end to hold it, a little bit of glue. Just hold that there. This takes a second to dry. There we go. So there you go. So it doesn't look like much yet, but now the final step is the wider petals. So again, some glue around the outside, and you just want it on this uncut part. If you look at the actual petals, there's a piece that's not cut. This is where the glue's going, because these petal parts are going to get folded backwards. And little hairies. Exactly the same again, I'm just lining it up. Okay, so now I just pop the little tool out, so that's what it looks like at the back. And then I just folded a piece of bling, some card there, and I'm putting a dollop of glue on the bottom. This is where you could use a large glue dot that would hold faster and quicker, and just sticking it down. And then now, this is the fun part, I'm just folding open the petals, bending them over, just like that. And now working from the outside in, bending them open too. And now you can see, just like that, I've got my flower. So then there's little your little leaves. You can bend, fold, shape them as much as you like. These could be out of pattern paper. There's some that have got the little cut marks in. I would then glue those onto my card. So they would just glue on like that. And then the other little thing with the tendrils is also made with the quilling tool. So again, I just slide it into the little slit on the end of the tool and turn it. And I turn it for a bit. You don't want this one super long, so I'll just snip that off. And then a bit like when you're using curling ribbon, you want it to perhaps have a nice little curve to the end. So see how I just used my nail just to give it a little bit of a curve. And then I'm going to pull it out and unwind it slightly. And so now I can just glue this, and just a little bit of glue on the edge of the paper, and glue that in there. And so you would do that with a bunch of them, and that makes a really pretty result. So here's my one that I did before, already done. Now this little guy here is this part, the smaller part with the thinner cuts, without this larger one done. So you can do different sizes. Don't forget, this Saturday, it's the 8th of June, we are having our free make and take. So if you want to come and have a go at making quilling flowers, that'll be from 10 till 2. I hope you enjoy my little tutorial.